Hi, welcome to what I'm doing home in the kitchen now that we're all stuck here for a few weeks. This has been a project that I've been looking at doing for a long time. I have been using a food delivery prep service in various forms for almost 3 years. I have been solely using a company called Sunbasket for the last 2 years, and I really enjoy their meals, but sometimes I think they leave a little to be desired. Plus, for the most part, I hate their instructions and the way they tell you how to do things, because I think it uses way too many pans, way too many steps, and it takes too long. And I'm a huge fan of the Instant Pot, so I'm always looking for ways to convert the recipes that they send you into something I can use and just use my Instant Pot for. So this really is for people who use the meal subscription services, and hopefully you can get some tips to speed up your meal prep, maybe up the game just a little bit, and give you different options than strictly following their recipes and doing exactly what they say. So the meal kit comes basically with everything that you need. For example, in this particular kit, we are doing a hot and sour chicken stir fry with vegetables and rice. The kit comes with everything that you need to do the dish. Carrots, broccoli, peppers, onions, rice, and of course the sauces. However, I typically will try and look in my fridge and see what other things that I've got that I can throw into it. If I've got fresh vegetables that are kind of on their way out, I will also include them. For example, I have some mushrooms, a few stalks of celery. I like garlic and ginger in anything Asian, so I'm going to include that. And I happen to have a honey sriracha sauce that's almost empty, so I'm going to throw a little bit of that in for some added sweetness. And of course, typically all you ever need to add from your home pantry are things like oil, salt, and pepper. So now that we've got everything, one little thing that I find incredibly useful when I'm cooking, whether it's a meal kit or any meal that I'm preparing, I always have an extra garbage bag, just a plastic one available that you can't recycle anyway, but I hate to see them go to waste. So one of the things that I do whenever I'm cooking is I use it for basically a detritus bag. And I just keep it in my sink, I keep it handy, so any leftover waste goes right into the bag. So at the end of prepping your meal, all you have is one bag with the extra bits and pieces in it that you can't use, and you can just pick up and throw in the garbage, and your sink stays clean, which is obviously a benefit for cleanup. Some people may want to compost, and you could have 2 separate bags for your skins and peels and things like that that you don't necessarily use, but I don't have a garden, so I'm not composting. So there's that. So let's go ahead and get that started. First, obviously, rinse all your vegetables, take care of that, and then we're going to slice the carrots and dice the pepper, cut the onion, cut the broccoli florets, and set those aside. So one little tip that I can provide to you that I find extremely useful is to save those deli containers that you get when you order takeout, because you can use them when you're cooking to separate your ingredients or to store your ingredients to get them off the cutting board. Sometimes you're cooking things that need to be put in at different times. So it's a good idea to have some place to get them off your counter, off the cooking, off your cutting board, so that you've got room to work and it's not all totally messy. In talking about the fact that I want to use this particular recipe for the Instant Pot is one of these things. This is the first step in this particular recipe. They want you to rinse the rice and drain it, and then cook the rice. And because we're using the Instant Pot, we're going to be able to do everything all in one pot. So we don't need to dirty a pot cooking the rice and keeping an eye on it and making sure it doesn't burn on the bottom, those kinds of things. The second thing that they want you to do is prep the sauce, but I opted to prepare the sauce while the Instant Pot is coming up to temperature. so I'm not gonna worry about that. And then the third thing is prepping the vegetables. So like I said, I've already washed the vegetables. Most of them are prepped. I'm just finishing up with the red pepper right here. And as I said earlier, I've added a couple of extra things that I had in the fridge that needed to be used, like those mushrooms, celery. I'm gonna throw in some extra seasoning as well. So now that these are all diced and ready to go, set these out of my way. Then we will start our next step, which is basically getting the rice measured out in the Instant Pot and setting up the vegetables. So now I've got my crock pot set up. It actually came with 3/4 cup of rice, but I just put a little bit extra in so I can have some leftovers for tomorrow for lunch. So I'm putting in 1 cup of regular rice. I'm going to add 2 cups of water. Some salt. Just a few twists. I'm going to go ahead and put the garlic in here and the ginger. Just a couple squeezes. All right, and then the chicken came all pre-cut. All I did was just drain it. All right. Give it a quick stir so that the garlic and ginger and salt get mixed throughout. Now normally rice cooks in the Instant Pot on high pressure for 4 minutes, and then you're supposed to do a natural release for 10 minutes, but because I don't want to overcook my vegetables, I'm going to go ahead and cook the rice for 4 minutes, and then instead of doing a natural release for 10 minutes, I'm going to do a quick release, and I'll put the vegetables in a steamer basket, put this on seal, pressure cook on high for 4 minutes. And then I will put the vegetables in a steamer basket and put them in and let them sit under that pressure for 10 minutes to finish cooking. Okay, so our time is up. So I'm gonna do a quick release on the Instant Pot. Check and see how our rice looks. Perfect. So there's still a little bit of liquid left in the bowl, which is what we want. So I'm gonna give it a quick stir. Ooh, it smells wonderful. All right, so you can see the rice is still a little bit sticky. I'm going to drop the vegetables in their steamer basket down in here, along with the other ones. Very good. I'm gonna put just a little bit more water on the top. Okay. Put the lid back on. There we go. And if you set the timer for pressure cook for 0 minutes, it will come back up to pressure, seal, and then we'll wait another 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and take the lid off, and the vegetables are perfect. So at this point, we want to add the sauce into the pot. Now I know this is not going to be a traditional stir fry, but first of all, I don't have a wok. So I'm not gonna get that heat, that high heat anyway. So this is kind of just my version of a stir fry. So I'm gonna take the vegetables out. Give the rice a final stir. And I think I might actually put it on saute so that I can get maybe some brown crusty bits with the rice and the sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dump all the vegetables back in to the rice. Perfect. Okay. The sauce that they sent, so here is the cayenne pepper sauce. I don't know how much I want of that. Woo. Well, okay. Let's do some, not all. I guess if you want it to be spicier later on, you're more than welcome to do that on your own. And this is the fermented black soybean paste. Okay, I've never used that before, but it smells good. Kind of smells like sesame, actually. A little bit. I don't know what's in there, but we'll go ahead and put it in. Okay. Good enough. And then this honey sriracha sauce I just happen to have in the fridge. I really like the taste of it. It's a little bit sweet. So I'm gonna throw that in there as well. All right, I'm gonna give it a quick stir. It smells wonderful. And I'm thinking, just to add a little bit of texture, I'm gonna look and see if I've got any nuts in the pantry that I can sprinkle on top. I don't know if I have peanuts or cashews. I'm not really sure if I've got anything. Ooh, it smells wonderful. Perfect. All right, so that's that. We'll come back with the plated dish and I'll give it a taste. Okay, so here we are. I happened to find some sliced almonds in the cupboard. So I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle it with some sliced almonds to add a little bit of crunch. Honestly, you could probably use any kind of nut, but I don't like walnuts. I would have preferred cashews or peanuts, but I didn't have any. So, and the best part is the fact that my sink is clean. My garbage went into the garbage can in one fell swoop. And I have a cutting board, a knife, a steamer basket, and my Instant Pot, and the spoon that I use to stir. That's it for my dirty dishes for the entire meal. And let's see what this tastes like. It looks wonderful. Okay. That's a little spicy. I'm glad I didn't put the entire container in because that's a little spicy. But it's really good. Really easy meal. Take care of some of that spice with a little bit of white wine. Good to go. See you next time.